kind of running around trying to avoid everything they can, trying to find some necessary items to survive a little bit better, and we are off.
We are off.
There's a couple changes to make this this a little more, doable here. Of course, you can start at Sanctuary typically in open mode. We have the Dark Chapel in inverted mode, which is where the Sanctuary would be, but in the Dark World there. Pink Kitty Rose did check the map really quick because she did find the Skull Woods map, and we did see a 5/6 crystal. Salty Fry going to be hopping into the Skull Woods here. This is a very common place to farm for bombs early on. There's a couple bomb walls, and a pretty lucrative one, of course, in the Hype Cave that you can access right from the start of the game as long as you can just find some bombs. And there's always bombs in Skull Woods under a very quite accessible pots right here, that Salty Fry. You just grab the bombs, you die, you can get some more. But Pinky Rose did find some in the tier 1 tree pool, so she's already at 4 and heading into the Village of Outcasts to grab the free loot here.
Ooh, there's a nice bomb drop. Shame that Salty Fry has already done a few farming cycles there. There are some items in here as well. All the chests that normally they would have small keys. There's one exception in Skullwood specifically, but they will have items of some sort. Not necessarily the small keys or big keys. It can be anything. So that's one of the interesting things about Keysanity.
Yeah, Skullwoods at the start, when you don't have any items, you should be able to get everything. But there is one specific chest, the vanilla big key chest, that is pretty dangerous to go to if you're this under-equipped for it. So you might see the racers kind of skip out on that one until they get a little bit more gear to make it easier. It's the where you have to like push the statue onto the button. You can't, it's really hard to deal with the Gibdos in that room having no equipment whatsoever, like not even a sword to fend them off.
Yeah, you at least want something to stun them or freeze them. But if you try it without those, it's really difficult to actually survive that room to get the treasure in. Mm-hmm. So we do see Fry heading up here to the Hype Cave as Pink Kitty Rose is heading into Thieves Town. Both very lucrative locations. Let's see what Salty Fry finds.
Yeah, Thieves Town, when you don't have the big key to get to the back of Thieves Town, the first 4 are pretty quick to check there. Ooh. And Salty Fry instantly finding Death Mountain access in the glove and the lamp.
Pink Kitty Rose finding that hookshot, though. That's an amazing early find.
It's a bit of a one-up, I think. Yeah, you find those 2 cool items, but this one's even better.
Stunning enemies is so useful, especially this early when you have no health, no armor, no sword. It's the only way you can actually defeat some of these enemies or even survive getting past them. Because normally these horse heads are really hard to navigate. Sometimes they spit on you, and the way they move, you do see where they're going to move, but it's easy for them just to walk into you. Mm-hmm. And boop.
Wow.
There's a sword.
Man, we are getting pretty... I don't know, I think that's pretty equipped already. A glove, a lamp, the hook shot, and a sword. I mean, this is basically go mode, I think.
I don't know about that.
We are going to see Salty Fry dip into the arrow game here. This is a very easy way of farming rupees early on. There's a specific spot you can stand in, and there's a visual cue that you can fire. You'll be able to hit all 5 of these octopus squid dudes every time. It's a very easy way of getting money early on, especially when you're just about to go to the digging game and you need 80 rupees for that. I mean, it's a nice stop. It only costs 20.
Yeah, this is not a very good business model, I would say. And there's quite a few locations in Dark World where you're going to want this money, like you mentioned before, the big game, as well to get into Palace of Darkness if it comes to that. Obviously, we can't get there quite yet, but that's still a consideration.
Yeah, funny enough, we so I guess we should probably talk about some of the other changes that Inverted brings, just to make the game, completable.
Playable.
Because obviously
the Moon Pearls and Super Bunny Cave, that is
all
awesome.
Right. Yeah, we're just about to get to that one, but Pink Kitty Rose coming up with that nice important hint there. So obviously in the normal game, you would need the Moon Pearl not to be a bunny in the Dark World. Well, that's reversed, of course, in inverted mode. You need the Moon Pearl not to be a bunny in the Light World. So you need to find that. It's possible that you'd have to do some walking in the Light World as a bunny in order to like mirror somewhere to get the Moon Pearl, but knowing where it is pretty great. Some other things that have been changed to kind of make it work, I guess. Once you get up on Death Mountain, the portal that's on the left side that you'd usually use to access Hera with the mirror, there's just a staircase there. You can walk right up to the left side of Death Mountain, right outside Ganon's tower, which is actually where Aghanim's tower has been now. Ganon and Aghanim have swapped places in this mode. And with our glove and lamp to go up Death Mountain, because I guess that is another change that's worth mentioning. You can walk up Death Mountain Ascent as you normally would in the Light World. Those have been swapped as well. You can get up to Death Mountain, and there's no barrier in front because of, it's Ganon's tower now. So we can actually clear Aghanim's tower and get into the Light World right now with this equipment. Knowing where the Moon Pearl is puts a whole bunch of stuff in the Light World that we can get immediately upon defeating Aghanim.
I think you are forgetting one key thing, my
Oh
friend.
no, am I?
Small keys.
This is Keysanity! Oh my gosh!
This is Keysanity. So, 2 small keys to Aghanim's tower that we need to get through there are not necessarily going to be in Aghanim's tower. They can be, but they're probably not.
Alright, you got me. So, perhaps we'll find the hammer up there or something. We'll still be able to access at least one of the chests up there in Aghanim on the way to the Moon Pearl, I think. So that'll be a nice dip into there really quick to get that one item. Huh. That's a good point.
That's a good point. Yep. Well, just these early game checks, you want to get the most dense locations out of the way, since they are the most dense locations, and they probably will have items you're going to need to progress. So, yeah, we just see both runners sort of taking care of those wide open spaces.
Yeah, it's not stuff that you would, like, not do in Keysanity anyway, right? Because it's typical, even in normal Keysanity, to go into Thieves Town without the big chest, or without the big key, and just to grab the first 4. I mean, even in not Keysanity, people do that when it's a pendant, usually.
Yeah, that's usually pretty common, especially if you're really hard up for locations to check. Oh, we do see.
Yeah, PKR will be the first one to ascend the mountain here. It is the Light World Mountain Cave to allow you to ascend it. And this will be a little funny, though. You have to take the old man back to his cave in the Light World. So you have to climb the mountain, hit the portal, and then you got to descend the mountain to turn in the old man. And then you might just see a save and quit right there, actually, to get back into the Dark World. Oh, how did that not hit the bird? Oh my god, that was dangerous. Those birds would definitely one-shot you.
Yes, I believe they do exactly enough to one-shot without any mails.
Dude, look at this Yoshi on the left side. He's a
So
balancing
happy.
expert. Oh, don't talk to the pink guy. He talks a lot. So you might have caught a glimpse of that staircase above this portal in the Dark World.
Nice egg.
Yeah, the eggs, that's pretty great. Those stairs are where I think we're going to be heading after this, after we turn to the old man. It's going to look funny. He's going to, like, walk into the mountain.
It's just a shield for the trouble, which isn't super useful. It's not completely useless, but it's close to it.
I think PKR is ascending the mountain to check out the item that's inside of Spectacle Rock, perhaps? Because she can't exactly...
Exactly.
Yeah, take the portal here. I don't know if the bunny can actually read the hint that's in this room, though.
I have no idea.
Maybe... I don't know. We'll see. Oh, okay. So I guess picking up the item puts you in the Super Bunny state. So that does allow you to read it. I see.
speaking of reading it, we did find out that the big bomb hides some useless things. So that's one location we can cross off the list.
Alright, we do see PKR heading up Western Death Mountain to take those staircases and grab that Moon Pearl over before... Well, actually, I imagine she's going to actually hop into Aghanim's Tower here first and check out the first item, is what I would guess.
Yeah, with Bombos, that actually makes the first screen with the golden guards very easy.
Oh, wow, yeah. You could, of course, just lure them down and take them out with spin attacks when they're stuck against the railing there, but yeah, that's much faster.
Magic. Just incinerate them.
Yeah, this game is actually about swords and sorcery. Ooh, a big key, huh? Turtle Rock. Well, so a bit more on the graphical change, not graphical, geographical changes. You can actually hop down to Mimic Cave from the Light World because, you know, you can't, the mirror takes you from the Light World to the Dark World and Inverted mode because it's all sorts of funky. So they had to get some different ways of accessing different places in this game to account for, you know, the mirror. You can actually hop down to Mimic Cave in the Light World, mirror from there to get into the Dark World, and just hop into the bottom of Turtle Rock. Turtle Rock routing is all sorts of different in this mode than it is compared to other modes. We do see both players hopping into Hookshot Cave, of course, having the hookshot be able to get all 4 items in here very quickly.
Alright, well, small key and a map, but I guess knowing what Turtle Rock is, it's one of our red crystals, which don't really come into play in this seed, unfortunately, but knowing it's required is important. It's one thing in Keysanity that you're not given the information of immediately. You need to find the map before you'll know if a dungeon's a pendant or a crystal. There's that Moon Pearl.
So, one other change up here on Death Mountain while we're still here is you can actually hop down onto the tail of Turtle Rock. Like, the turtle has the tail behind him. You can actually use that to hop onto the turtle. It's... Oh, Salty Fry took a shot before heading up Aganon, it looked like. Oh, wait, did he? Yeah. No. Wait, where's he going?
He might not have gone into that, I guess. He's going to...
Oh, he's going to the portal, maybe to check out some stuff in the Light World, of course, because, I mean, you have the Moon Pearl now.
Ah, yes, that's right.
Moon Pearl and Hookshot, you can access the Paradox Cave on the east side.
Yes, brilliantly done.
Ah, I do know sometimes what's going on in this game.
Sometimes.
But PKR is going to try her hand over in the scary room of Skull Woods that we were talking about earlier.
Are you doing this on purpose, or...?
What?
Try her hand right as the Wallmaster
as the Wallmaster was coming down? Yeah, that was on purpose, sure. Yeah. We'll go with that.
Just checking.
But without the Fire Rod, isn't going to be able to do a whole lot more here in Skull Woods.
There are a lot of items in the Light World at Death Mountain, so... Ooh. Full Heart Container and a Blue Mail, those are very much welcome.
Yeah, I'll say. We did just get kind of Light World access, well, a little bit of Light World access, I suppose. But these enemies in the Dark World, while we're still here, they still hurt, so that Blue Mail is definitely welcome. Hey, there's the mirror. So we may very well see some Turtle Rock shenanigans. Well, I guess we don't have the cane. I don't know how much we'd actually be able to do quite yet. Well, no, you can get to the laser bridge, I suppose.
Yep, there are 4 chests down there. It's going to be a little hard, though, to actually get them with so few hearts, no invincibility item, no boots. So that's a little
Right.
worrying, but I wonder if you still try. Oh,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
the game!
Okay, well, here's one more thing I probably should have mentioned here. Since you can't get to this item without the mirror normally, you have to be able to access it somehow, so we built a bridge. And here's the drop down to Mimic Cave. That Salty Fry, in there is Mimic Cave, but you can also mirror here to get back to the Dark World. And here's the Turtle Rock connector. And now we have almost full access to Turtle Rock. I mean, I suppose we don't have... the small key thing is a little bit of an emergency. But Salty Fry is going to go backwards through Turtle Rock here. And... see, coming up this way, when you go to the Chain Chomp room, you don't actually expend a key to go in there from the bottom. So you'll probably see people get to the Chain Chomp room, and since you have a small key above and below you, just mirror out. Save that key, use it elsewhere. I mean, unless you go down, I guess, to get the other items, but we'll see what Salt decides to do with the very limited keys he has here. It's gonna open up the big key chest, looks like.
Yeah, normal Keysanity, how you use your TR keys is pretty tricky, since, you know, there's 4 of them. But in inverted, since we have this backdoor access, I guess, it's a lot more flexible. It's one of the more interesting parts, I think, about the mode in general.
Yeah,
This room's scary.
Yeah, this room it's still scary coming from the top, but Samario will make it a little bit easier because you'll be able to activate that switch in a weird fashion.
Ooh.
Oh. Hey, Chain Chomps, how you doing? Aw, man.
Oh.
Just the compass. So what Salty Fry can do here is hop down the mountain again, climb it again, then hop down that location just to the left of where he was from Mimic Cave, and mirror right into Laser Ridge. So that's another 4 fairly fast checks to do.
That is probably what we are about to see, I would say.
It's actually pretty rare in my experience to see people actually open up the front door of Turtle Rock. Since you can just do everything backwards, you can just access all the other entrances so easily.
I really want that hit me con. I gotta open it.
Oh, that's true. There's a hint there. You never know. Alright, let's see these lazy skips. Oh, we got both players doing it at the same time. Taking a death here isn't too bad because the entrance is, you know, just right there, but, you know.
You prefer not to.
Yeah.
So far, so good. There's a small key to the castle tower, which we were just in.
Wow, we can use that right away.
We can.
Well, yeah, we can. We can use that to check the other item, but I would almost wonder if you would go elsewhere to try to find the other castle tower key, because that can be your access into, you know, the lower part of the light world, which we don't have yet. We only have access to Death Mountain. Alright, Salty Fry taking the path backwards further. Gonna be checking out the crystal roller room here. So if you thought this room was, you know, difficult going forward, going backwards is actually easier. If you just hold up, you will make it here every time. You're gonna hit that fire bar, but I mean, holding up is about as easy as it goes.
Mirror shield already. That would have been useful though 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's the logic's way of telling you, here, get this castle tower key.
Well, that's all we can do in Turtle Rock for now, I believe.
Uh-oh.
Aside from check the hint.
Is Turtle Rock Bombos? I actually didn't see... Oh, it's Quake.
Oh, right, we have one more chest, actually, don't we? If we really want to do it, we can go in the front of Turtle Rock if it's Bombos. It's Quake, though. So.
Yeah. think that would be the last available one. And without any, you know, extra small keys, we're kind of stuck here right now.
Yeah, no fire rod. Ah, yes.
Oh, there is still Spiral Cave, of course, yeah. So it's overwhelmingly looking like, I don't know, it is just a hammer away from normal Light World access here, but having one of the Castle Tower keys already being kind of locked logically like it was right there, it makes me think that our hammer is going to be somewhere in the Light World, and we're going to have to go through Aghanim. That's just my assumption. I'm not positive quite yet.
Did find a magic powder there.
Oh wait, was there another Castle Tower key somewhere that I missed?
Was there?
PKR has both of them. Where was the other one? I totally missed it. Oh, the big chest? Where was the big key? Wait, was it in Castle Tower? Or was that the big key we got in Castle Tower? I'm paying attention. That's hilarious. Dude, I love video games. That's so funny. Salty Fry is gonna get in here and find the big key to Turtle Rock and just kind of sigh.
Well, nothing you can do about it, really.
He's gonna get the other Castle Tower key over there and sigh again.
To be fair, getting this and the big chest in Turtle Rock, not the biggest of deals in an inverted.
Yeah, it's still pretty close by, so that's nice.
It's right in the entrance, you just hop down. Heading up, though.
Luckily, it has that mirror to make a quick escape after this other chest. So there's your funny inverted logic already. That's kind of crazy compared to normal logic when you're not used to it. All these going into Turtle Rocks from different angles of attack just to find whatever.
It's just fortune is what it is.
Yeah. PKR going to be our first player to actually ascend the rest of Aghanim's tower here. Will gain the vast majority of Light World access after doing this, if not the rest of it. And of course, you know, if you've played Zelda or seen Zelda Randomizer before, you know how many checks there are at the start of the game in the Light World, so we're gonna most likely get a large helping of items quite quickly after getting to the Dark World, or Light World.
Yeah, there's more than a few.
And you can't forget when you sweep up Kakariko Village, you have to think about all these things that you would just normally be automatic, like the chest in Sanctuary. That's still there. You got to go get that. You actually have to walk into Sanctuary since you can't, you know, save and quit into there. Link's house and the bomb shop have been swapped with each other, so you'll have to remember to hop into Link's house. You'll have to walk into Link's house where the bomb shop is if you want to figure out where your red crystals are. And then, of course, we have Escape that you can go do if you really want to go do that. With the mirror and the lamp, it wouldn't be too bad to do that. The routing can be kind of weird, depending on where your Light World entrance ends up being. In this case, it'll be on top of Hyrule Castle. Wait, is that right? That's where it puts you, right? I would assume so. Yeah, it puts you right outside of the door to Ganon, of course.
We just got a good hit, by the way. Desert Palace Big Key is up by the book.
The book? That's pretty good, considering the book doesn't open a whole lot. And its checks are far away enough from each other that they can be kind of hard to route in, especially when you've already cleared Death Mountain like these two players have mostly. I guess we still have Hera we'll have to come back for. Aether's right there. But that's a pretty good hint. So we will know that that Desert Big Key is on a tablet. So of course they'll have to find another sword to access that, and
Find the book.
you know, I guess the book, and more importantly,
Yeah.
it's only one of those.
Alright, here's this Aghanim 1 fight for PKR. Mostly just a waiting game.
Yep.
Seeing how many blue balls Aghanim throws at you, since you can't actually damage Aghanim with the.
Salty Fry having a unfortunate hook there. It's that wall that put him in a position he did not want to be in. Got stabbed a little bit. We're doing alright. Blue mail. It's all fine, probably.
Probably fine. As long as Salty Fry does not fall. Unsurprisingly, your clothes do not determine how hard you hit the ground in this game.
That's true. That's true. They can soften blows from other impacts, like, you know, running into a Hinox, say. But hitting the ground, it doesn't protect your feet, I guess. Therefore implying that whenever you fall down a hole, you always fall feet first, I guess. So there you go. If you want to reduce damage from falling in this game, just turn to your side.
Didn't realize that Link was a cat.
Yeah. Well, PKR's Yoshi, actually.
Yes.
I don't know if Yoshi's shoes change color based on the male upgrades.
I think Yoshi changes color based on hill upgrades.
I would say that's true. Hey, Aghanim finally goes down. I was not counting blue balls because it's often depressing to do so, but it was more than 0, so it was a little bit annoying. But we got through it. And PKR immediately going to be heading into Hyrule Castle here. It's not that bad going downstairs to grab the stuff, and then, you know, just mirroring and walking back out and doing Light World stuff. Without the Hyrule Castle small key, not going to be able to get too far in the back half of this place yet. But we will see what she decides to do.
All the enemies that drop small keys normally do still drop small keys in Keysanity, so that's not a problem for this front half.
I suppose
Wow.
we do have a glove, so we'll be able to access the back of Escape even without the small key. That's a lot of blue balls.
Finally.
Not even close. Everything's fine. Salty Fry, gotta get that health refill after defeating Aghanim. And he looks like he is going to forego checking Hyrule Castle right now and immediately head off into the Light World, or the Dark World. Oh, he's gonna check the item on the pyramid, because we don't have access to the eastern side of the Dark World until now. Ah.
That's an unfortunate spot for that.
What is that? That's really annoying. What the heck?
That's pretty annoying, yeah.
So in the
Too
vanilla
close to it.
game,
Yeah.
in the vanilla game, you know that defeating Aghanim gives you the portal to the Dark World underneath the arch of the castle walls. Well, to accommodate for that in this, we've added for Aghanim. It just kind of adds a portal here, so it works the same way.
Alright, well, Salty Fry heading down this, gonna actually head into Link's house first, and then we'll see where we decide to go.
Check out our 5-6 crystals, Turtle Rock, and Desert. Okay, so we know we're gonna need to find that book to get the Desert Big Key. Oh no, PKR! Oh no! She was about to get a chest in the dark room, tried to slash a rat, and instead used the mirror. Oh no.
Let's hope that was nothing.
We're not getting that chest for a while. That's not my hook shot.
Using this this whirlpool warp to get up for here near the graveyard, I guess. And this is normally a mirror spot, but as you can see, there is a ladder there, so it's no problem. Big key GT.
Alright, well, we're gonna need that. It's a pretty accessible spot, though. Yeah, all of the mirror world spots where you would mirror in the dark world to get a light world equivalent, all those just kind of have accessible paths that you can just walk to, just so the geography kind of works out. Like, they'll be able to access the Bombos tablet without the mirror.
The cave is flattened.
Yeah, the cave south of the grove, the Flute Boy Grove, that's flattened down there, so you can just walk to it.
Alright, East Town, Swamp Palace, also crystals.
It's always nice to see Town as a crystal. It might be a little more, different in Keysanity, your mindset on that one. PKR looking around to outside of Eastern Palace. Is she gonna go over there and check out Sahasrahla? We have like different plans of attack for our two competitors here. Salty Fries he started what, east was it, and then just he's heading west in like a counterclockwise, while PKR is started in the castle and is coming over here to Sahasrahla first. I don't know if she's gonna like walk out of here and do a clockwise motion, or what the deal is gonna be here, but it's pretty interesting. Oh, our green pennant is in Tower of Hera. Says Sahasrahla. In Keysanity, or I guess basically in Keysanity, the pennants and crystals do not appear on the map when you open up your map. So hey, nice Master Sword.
That's not where that's supposed to be. Somebody
it's a little off.
Up. It's like, wait, I don't want this.
I don't need it.
Drop it in the woods.
Just throw it on the ground there, yeah. We'll let some other schmuck deal with this. I ain't saving the world. Okay, but that's a little bit better.
That is really good. That's the real treasure right there.
Yeah. So yeah, you need to find the map of the dungeon in order for the dungeon reward to appear on your world map. But some things are still kind of, static. The reward dungeon rewards you can still tell from the NPCs that give you the rewards, like Sahasrahla. Since you turn the green pennant to him, he will tell you where the green pennant is. And the bomb shop guy selling you the big bomb for crystals 5 and 6 will tell you which dungeons are crystals 5 and 6. So you can get a little bit of extra info like that.
Very useful indeed. PKR did make the dip in the House of Darkness. Small key to Skull Woods, not too useful.
Yeah, only having 2 small keys for pod, not gonna get you a whole lot, but you're gonna have to kind of skip some stuff. Though this will let her get into the very back that has far more items. We don't have the big key either, so we'll have to skip the big chest for now. But doing the hammer yump here, we'll be able to get you 2 more chests currently that you would not otherwise be able to get. So still 5 things back here she'll grab.
So many bees and bottles. Actually, selling a bottle today is the battle. Just checking.
Neither of those bees were the good bee that you can sell for cash.
Yeah, normally if well, not normally, but in general, if you have a golden bee and you release it near the bottle vendor, he will buy it. He will throw out tons of money. There's the bow. Oh
wow.
My goodness.
The bow in House of Darkness. Amazing.
That's an amazing find.
Alright.
Yeah.
PKR has a little bit more to do here. She'll be able to mirror and then check out the right side chests. There we go. Our hammer yump setup here. 2 pixels you have to stand on precisely, and ain't no thing. She nails it very quickly.
There is our book.
Oh wow, the book that has been
And the
foretold.
hammer.
PKR finds another sword in Palace of Darkness. Alright. Wow, this is pretty great. So I can definitely see Salty Fry doing his loop here of the Light World checks. He's gonna get down, he's gonna check Bamo's tablet, and you know that's where the key's gonna be, right? It'll be in Bamos. It'll be really convenient right there next to Desert Palace.
Of course.
And then just immediately hop in the desert and use it right after that. I know we don't have the Desert Small Key yet, but that's way too convenient not to happen.
Ether requires a bomb.
There's a lot of spots in this game that require a bomb, so that's not too telling of where Ether might be.
Oh, it's gotta be Ice Rod Cave, right? It's already frozen. It's perfect.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Alright, well, Kakariko Village has been paying off quite a lot so far. Let's find out what's in this library. We can get this since we have those boots, but 20 rupees will pass.
Salty Fry mirroring on top of the frog here. You can actually grab this guy without the mitts. So it's nice to keep that in mind when you come here without, or when you come here with the mirror. Having the mirror early on is just so good in this mode. It's ridiculous. Won't be able to grab the purple chest yet, of course, because that's in the Dark World, but we can deliver the blacksmith. Oh yeah, we can grab the purple chest. What am I talking about? Because the mirror works the way it does.
Certainly do. Small key to Tower of Hera.
I was so wishing that was the Desert Small.
PKR taking a very rarely seen path up here to the Sanctuary. That screen is basically never seen in Randomizer since there's nothing there, normally.
Yeah, it's really... It's difficult to use that path effectively, I think.
Yes.
In some of the weirder modes like this, and maybe an Entrance Shuffle as well, you'll see people take that path more often, but in typical rando play, there's not usually much reason to.
For some reason, it's also swarming with guards. I don't understand what they're guarding. All those apple trees.
The guards, yeah, they're guarding Link's apple grove. You know, Link was actually an apple farmer before he became the hero of Hyrule.
No, I didn't know that.
That's actually canon. I did not just make that up.
There's no way you did not just.
I didn't make that up. I promise.
Okay. I'm gonna fact check you later.
Salty, determining that he does not need that map sitting there, might already have all the dungeon info he needs. It looks like our only unknowns are Ice and Mire. We already know... Oh wait, we don't know Pot either, I suppose. It's just confident. So we're going to be taking the purple chest here on a tour. Hopefully doesn't need whatever's here on the race game, because you will not be able to take the purple chest into that connector house there. And thankfully it's just a small rupee.
That was actually the red boomerang. How dare you?
Was it really? I just saw red and just assumed it was a red rupee.
That was the red boomerang.
You know my odds of being correct based on just the color of an item. There's so many red rupees in this game, and
there are a lot of red items in general, though.
I guess you're right.
So many Dark Palace small keys.
Yeah, with all these, I wonder if with all these pod smalls, Salty may get a hint that, hey, something might be in pod, and I might need to go there without the bow.
You certainly have to start thinking about that at this point when you've got 4 total.
4 is a great amount.
PKR picking up that tempered sword, that's going to be very useful throughout the course of this run. Those bombs for Salty Fry, not so much.
Here's our walk over here to our Bombo's tablet. We have a 50-50 shot of getting our Desert Palace big key here. It'd be very convenient if it was here.
It'd be very convenient indeed.
That's got to be it.
Huh?
Small key. This is a big key to the Skullwoods. No, it's desert. That bird did not
You're
like
right.
him.
Birds don't like anybody in this game, except other
feel like-
birds.
I feel like birds in video games in general just don't like anything. Have you seen a happy bird in a video game before? There's even a video game about how angry birds get.
There is, but there's also a game where you date birds. A visual novel.
There is. I am
there's
aware of that.
both of the ends of the.
Are they angry though?
Are they angry? No, I don't. Well, maybe some of them. I don't know.
I don't know. I would assume some birds get a little miffed in that game at some point, as they do in all games.
I think so. There is yet another small key to Palace of Darkness.
So many. Alright, Salty Fry hopping in to Desert Palace. Now, we don't have the small key of Desert Palace, so the logic wants you to have the small key of Desert before completing it, but I got a feeling Salty Fry might just ignore those two chests on the right and instead just go ahead and finish the dungeon now.
Logic is for cowards.
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes it does pay to be a coward in Keysanity, though. PKR also enjoying the bounty of the village. A unique item requires a bomb. That's probably our
I wonder if that's
second hint
either.
either.
I kind of feel like the Desert Small Key is not going to be that elusive. If you've got the big key already, you've got the everything to finish it, and you get the back here. I can't imagine like the book to even get into Desert Palace, which is a hard requirement in Inverted, by the way. Is that the small key to Desert? Oh, okay,
No.
dang.
It's the small key to the darkness.
I'm just gonna say that every small key, and I'll be right eventually. And I'll
Eventually.
be like, yeah, called it.
Unless we just never see it.
Oh no, that's
You'll
a
never
possibility. Oh no, I hope that doesn't happen. I'm gonna feel like such a fool. I like Pink Kitty Rose's like complete disregard for the chicken there. Like you see some people, Salty Fry did it earlier, in fact, set up for the chicken clip in that room to try to shoot the chicken through the basketball hoop that is the doorway. But PKR just like, get out of here, stupid chicken. As they deserve.
Yes, they just get in the way.
Alright, Salty Fry coming up on Land Mauler here. We don't have any of the fancy items that like destroy this fight. The fire rod or silver arrows, say, but I think we'll still be okay.
Fire Rod gets all the credit, and Ice Rod also tends to be really good in this fight.
Yeah, Ice Rod and Fire Rod do the same damage against Land Mauler. Of course, the Ice Rod, its animation being a little more awkward to use than the Fire Rod. That's why you don't usually see it unless you have to.
I'm glad somebody in this race values this red boomerang.
It really was the red boomerang. I can't believe it.
Nah, it's just a bent red roofing.
Oh,
I tricked you.
is that legal tender?
I don't know. Probably.
Do they take bent cash? Do you remember those old machines in malls that you would like put a quarter in or something and it would like bend or squish it or something?
Yeah. Here's this machine that just destroys a perfectly good penny or a quarter.
I don't know if that's actually legal. Like, isn't like the facing currency like that not legal? There's probably
I'm not a lawyer, Mikan. I can't answer this
I
question.
can't believe you're not a lawyer. In this exact moment where I need you to be.
I'm sorry. Let you down.
Salty Fry hopping into the mire water there, trying to see the medallion. I did not see what it was. I think he got one good jump there.
There's Quake.
All right, that gets us to the front mouth of Turtle Rock.
Really
Having no small keys. Yeah, having no having no small keys. That's gonna be our only way to get into that spike cave. Hey, it's Quake. All right, well that was pretty convenient.
Wow. Well, just like in the light world, the entrance to Misery Mire was very close by. Under the doormat, basically, in both cases.
Oh, it's illegal to make art out of currency. It is illegal to melt it down into solid bars and resell. It's illegal if you use it to defraud someone. I see. So, okay.
What about medallions?
Thank you, lawyers in chat. Hey, this was important, okay? Yeah, Misery Mire. Hey, so this place is also pretty. Yeah, this place is also pretty fun in Keysanity. You can do some advanced routing here, coming in here with a key if you have one to begin with, which Salty Fry did. So you can immediately come here to the left side, and then you can just kind of sweep across the dungeon, checking everything else. We do have the lamp. We do have Smaya. We have the big key. We can actually get all the way to Vitreous right now. Salty Fry, not having that bow, might be struggling a little bit on this boss compared to Pink Heroes when she gets here. We'll see what he decides to do.
Possibly. We do see that the Ice Palace was our red pendant, as Pink Heroes did pick up that map that Salty Fry just left on the ground.
Oh, in checkerboard?
Yeah.
Nice. Or wherever it was, I guess.
Hammer
oh
pegs.
No, the peg
It's
cave.
basically the same thing.
Yeah, the checker pegs. Yeah, that's the one. Let's see if Salty Fry checks out this hint in Mire. It's not a very useful hint.
Not particularly. There's some more cash for our trouble.
Did we see... We didn't see Salty Fry go into the dam, right? Because he looped down to Bombos before going to the dam, I think. I want to say that's correct. I don't remember.
I'll say it's correct.
Okay, we'll see if PKR decides to... I think going over to Mini Mold... It's hard to say. When you go over to Mini Moldorm Cave, you want to keep going, right? To go to Ice Rod Cave, but having the purple chest with you and knowing, you know, what might be over on the Bombs Tower is really tempting just to go straight left over there, like Salty did. But man, there's 5 items right here.
It's a lot of items.
Alright, Mire, what are you hiding? Okay, that'll help on Vitreous.
Yeah, that's actually very convenient.
It's not so bad anymore, huh? Finding another sword here in Mire. Wow. And there's Ether. Hey, it required a bomb.
Good. Also another Palace of Darkness small key.
Wow. Is that like 5 already?
I think that's all of them. I might be wrong though.
There are 6 Palace of Darkness keys, but if you know the Hammer Yump, which PKR has proven that she does, you can get by checking every item in there with only 5. And if you are brave enough to reroute the dungeon to the bow-locked side, every time you want to go to the back side of the dungeon, you can actually get away with 4 small keys in pod to get every item in there. It's a bit of a time sink, but if you don't want to find that 4th key, or that 5th key, by all means, try to ignore that first door.
Alright, Salty Fry pushing through this back half of the dungeon. With this tempered sword, the rest of this dungeon should be fairly simple. I guess that The Witchery's fight can still go a little wrong, maybe, if you're not careful with these small eyes, but other than that...
Yeah, in extreme emergency, he does have Burna. So you can activate that and like dash back and forth between the eyes.
Oh,
It'll cause a
wow.
lot of lag, but it'll keep you safe.
Probably just gonna damage boost and spin, if I had to guess. Or just, yeah.
Yo, this works.
This is my preferred strategy, just swing like crazy.
Yeah, keep up that rhythm. Ooh, just dodge the lightning and you're fine. They're mostly dead by the time you actually have to dodge. Yeah, no problem.
What are these last 4 eyes for?
The little ones down there?
Yeah.
Maybe those are like producing the goo that hurts you. They look a little green.
But,
See how they disappear like immediately when Vitreous dies?
Ooh,
Nice find. They disappear immediately when Vitreous dies, and when Vitreous dies, the goo stops hurting you as well. So I think my logic holds.
All I'm saying, they could help out a little bit more.
That's true. What if they
There's
like
4 of them.
instead of the horizontal line, why not make a vertical line? You could like have the entire center of the room. You could just like cut it into 2 halves. That would be a lot more useful. These bosses really need to get on the ball.
The eyeball.
They need to get on that.
So try checking the map. Did leave that Ice Palace map on the ground though, so I guess maybe by process of elimination they might be aware that Ice Palace is our last pendant. I'm not certain.
That flipper in hand, Salty has access to all of Swamp. Wait, no wait. Do we have the Swamp Small?
No.
Well, he's gonna check anyway. Not a lot you can do in Swamp Palace without the small key.
There is one chest.
A single chest. You know, obviously in normal randomizer, that chest has to be the small key to open that door because there's nowhere else it could possibly be. In Keysanity, it locks all of the dungeon except that single chest.
Maybe it'll be there this time.
Oh, maybe.
I mean, if we're just having stuff that unlocks other stuff nearby, why not the small key as well?
I suppose this isn't too far out of the way whenever you're about to go check some flipper checks anyway, and he has to go check the mini Moldorm cave as well.
Yeah, that's the last.
Of course the... Look at this, he got his bomb out, he was ready to go. Keep pushing, it might work. Oh.
It's gotta be, like, really wet door. It'll give way eventually.
Probably really hard to push. With the water beneath your feet, you're not gonna get much traction, I think.
I guess so.
Yeah, so I guess Saltifire's just gonna go east here and do kind of the typical randomizer route. Might head over to Ice Rod and then hop into the water and flip around a little bit.
They usually call that swimming.
Listen, I've already proved I'm not a lawyer. I don't know your fancy terms here for basic human movement.
Not a lawyer, not a thesaurus either. Probably not a dictionary.
6 Palace of Darkness, small keys. Salty, you gotta feel something's up in pod, right? After all this? I would think so.
I don't know.
With 6, I would still think, there's no way, I can't wait until the bow, there's no way. But he's got a whole lot he can do still, so it's fine to put him up. I do see we have a couple new people coming in asking what's going on here. Inverted mode is where you begin in the dark world and have to find access to the light world. You have to find the moon pearl, you have to find a way to, you know, I guess access it. That's really convenient. Or a little
It's very appropriate.
spot. Appropriate, that's the word. See? Thank you for being my thesaurus scenario.
You're welcome.
That's what that book is.
You were saying?
Yeah. So we the light and dark world locations, some of are swapped. There's a lot of geographical changes in order to make the mirror work, or to access. Oh yeah, here's another mirror spot that you can't get without the mirror in the base game, but you have to account for that. So here's a little dock. Hey, is that our first Turtle Rock small key?
I think it is.
We've
I
done
like how
so much.
Salty Fry Sprite just makes it look like Link's underwater. Is that just me?
It does kind of look like that, yeah. That's just the outline to show you where he is.
Mm-hmm.
They did add going underwater in the game after this, Link's Awakening. Maybe they used an outline of Link as a precursor. I think he just turned into a black circle or something in that game.
You got me. I don't know. I never played it.
Oh,
Well, I did
great.
play
It's
it,
a
but
great one of those
that
too
far,
long ago to remember much of things.
yeah.
You can try the remake when it comes out.
It's not on Switch though.
Yeah, I think it is.
I don't have the Switch.
Oh well, it's time to get into the modern era. When can we play Randomizer on the Switch?
Might be a while. Checking out the free bottle. Fill up there at the well. It's a green potion, so not super useful, but sometimes that is a blue potion or a B.
Or a B, yeah. that's
Or a
true.
B.
Equally likely and equally, desired.
Useful, clearly.
Alright, plenty of money. You have a lot more chances of getting money in Inverted before coming to Zora, so it's pretty common you'll actually have the cash to do this. But it isn't necessarily going to be any better, as we
No.
see with our red rupee reward.
So PKR getting her gold sword, making her way through Mire. Will have an even easier time than Fry did, thanks to that gold sword.
Yeah, definitely the bow as well will make short work of issues. Don't have silver arrows, but it'll at least make the gold sword will make it quite quick. And the arrows will make short work of the final phase if you don't want to get there and get goo on you. Alright, we'll see what Salty decides to do here. Having completed his loop of the light world outside of the Eastern Palace area, I could definitely see dipping over here in the Eastern Pod, the mirror. Oh my gosh, that sound effect was crazy.
They were very
All those
insane.
guards. All those guards acting at once is crazy.
The guards take a night swim team, yeah.
But yeah, just as it does in normal randomizer, the mirror will let you check out Eastern Pod together quite easily. Hopefully he will hop into Pod first. I guess we don't have the Eastern Big Key, so it might not matter too much. It's not going to be able to get to the boss yet anyway. Oh yeah, someone in chat mentioning another missed routing opportunity Salty had there. At the Zora area, you can just kind of mirror over there and check Catfish quite quickly. It's really hard to keep all these different little intricacies in mind whenever you're running through Inverted. The mirror just makes everything just so weird and, routable, I guess. Alright, PKR going into Vitreous, making quick work of those eyes, holy moly. Okay, that's pretty funny. Big key
Go to
of
Dark
pod.
Palace.
The big key of pod and the first chest in Eastern. Okay, maybe it was a good idea to dip in here first.
Sometimes the game just has to spell it out for you.
I can't wait for the Eastern Palace big key to be in pod.
I think when you get all 6 keys to pod, it becomes even more important to try and go there, just because it's at that point it's given you everything. Even if you route pod in the least key-friendly way possible, you can access everything in there. Which is it's very rare for that to happen, I feel.
It's very strange in Keysanity, in my experience, to go into pod your first time with every key and the big key. It's crazy. Of course, he doesn't have the bow, but I mean, we know that that's not going to be an issue. I'll be able to find that bow in pod. PKR going through the spike cave, getting down to 1 heart, but Burna gonna be able to alleviate that pain. Yoshi's wearing boots. Why would it hurt him so bad? Like, certainly it should only do like half a heart to Yoshi.
I mean, Link's wears shoes too. So I mean,
yeah, but in the Mario games, Yoshi can walk on those spikes, right?
The real question you should be asking is why Yoshi doesn't just hover over them.
Dude, I've been hovering with Yoshi's really easy.
Like the hover run. Or just, you know, go in an egg and roll over them.
I can't wait till they implement sprite-specific abilities. Oh god, no, please don't ever do that.
Which Yoshi is the one that can fly in Super Mario World? The blue one?
Just
the one with wings? There's so many strategies for Yoshi. Specifically to avoid spikes.
Right, Salty Fry. Now heading into pod. Smartly mirroring where he needs to make sure to grab the monkey here. PKR going to be our first player to head over into Hera. We do have the big key of Hera, so we can complete the dungeon, but it is a pendant. So it's a little less desirable, but we'll see what happens here. Oh yeah, the mushroom's up here.
I forgot all about that. I'm not sure if I actually saw that.
I do remember seeing it, but I do not remember. I don't think I mentioned that you can just walk up there since it's one of those mirror locations.
Yes.
Ooh. Oh, well. We will need a couple Ganon Tower small keys, but not many considering we already have the big key. So by the time you can go into the tower, you don't need anything else.
Yeah, maybe this is all dungeons, so this would be a little bit more relevant since we might be looking for things in GT as well, but there's something else gonna be useful in GT as well.
Yeah, Hera paying out already with those silver arrows. Oh, I didn't realize she had the small key to Hera as well. Oh, down we go. I feel like Hera Basement is even crummier to do in Keysanity.
Why?
Well,
it's because you you get the key elsewhere.
Because you get the key elsewhere. It's not like inside the dungeon. If you just get it, immediately, you're more likely to just sigh. I'm already here. Might as well do it. But if you're I like how Salty Fry is doing the potion glitch in pod here. So you skip the bow, even though we know it's here. That's pretty funny. What was I talking about? Yeah, so... Yeah, Hera small... Keysanity, Hera small sucks.
I mean, I guess I can understand why it's kind of a bigger bait in Keysanity.
Yeah.
Well worth it for that compass.
I was mistaken. We do not have the Hera big key. I was looking at things incorrectly. We only had the basement key. Oh well. I mean, at least she got silvers.
Yeah. That might be something that Salty Fry does not get. Could come into play.
If there ends up being no other reason to go to Hera, and Salty Fry, you know, hits go mode without going into Hera at all, I could definitely see. Yeah, there's no way to get that in that case. Anyway, Salty Fry about to get his bow and two more chests back here that we didn't see.
I was wondering if he was going to do the bomb jump. I know some others will do that even if they have the keys for it, just because it puts you out in the direction you want to go.
It makes routing easier, yeah.
I mean, you can just go down the stairs and then walk to the left, I guess, and then mirror out. But spend all that time practicing that bomb jump. You want to use it. There's that bow. So Salty Fry will be able to complete this dungeon nice and quick.
I'll just mirror after the big chest over here. Yo, there's the fire rod after the mushroom turn-in. The mushroom that was on Spectacle Rock. Alright, well, looks like Salty Fry will have to get up in that area sometime.
Yeah.
We will need that for both Skullwoods and Turtle Rock.
Let's see if PKR remembers to check the catfish. Seems like it.
Yeah, mirror's out. There we go.
Ooh.
Oh no!
Pinky
That
toe
was
in the cliff.
very slightly a mirror bonk. I can't believe it.
Gotta watch your tootsies. It's very painful to mirror into another world and stub your toe. Just 50 rupees, so Salty Fry will not be sad to miss that.
I still think Yoshi toes are like immune to damage though. I don't think he felt it at
Oh
all.
my god.
I'm still on this. Listen. All right. Curious to see what we're gonna do next year. PKR has reason to go back into Skullwoods. That's fine and all. One thing I guess we didn't mention about Inverted is that for Ice Palace, the front wall, it's like surrounding Ice Palace, is just open. You don't actually need the mitts in order to access Ice Palace at all. You can honestly just swim right up there. We have had access to ice already through Bamos and the flippers that both our players got in Mire. I don't think it'll push PKR to go there, only because it's dependent, and we also have no keys. So there's really no direction to go in there right now. So I cannot see her going to Ice Palace at all.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It seems unlikely.
But I could definitely see a
Well,
play up to the back of Skullwoods to get, I guess, the 2 remaining items because... Wait, she's going to ice anyway! Never mind. I don't know anything.
you said nothing.
I don't know a thing. Salty Fries beating up Helmasaur and gonna get something really cool from this boss.
This is the ice route. I'm just done with you today.
Where are we going? Thieves Town? Oh, it's
What?
east.
What?
I love this game, dude.
This game's dumb.
I am a huge fan of this video game. Oh, PKR was just checking the first chest in ice and is bailing out right now. Okay.
And thankfully the portal, I think, is right here. Yes, right there.
That's so good.
It's
Odd and Eastern. It really is inverted, dude. The keys switched on them.
It is. It's very odd.
The boat is odd.
Like, there's very odd parallels that we've seen. Like, the big key to desert being near desert, and then Quake next to Mire, and now Bow and Pod, and Eastern Palace big key also in Pod. The Pod
It
big
should
key
be
and Eastern.
very easy. It should be very easy to predict the rest of the seed.
It should.
So the Ice Rod is in
Skullwoods.
Skull
Clearly.
Woods
Because you need the
because
Fire Rod to get in
you
there.
need the Fire Rod to, yeah, okay. I think that makes perfect sense. And PKR should go clear Skull Woods next after checking out Ice Rod Cave. Which has an Ice Rod small. I hope that doesn't like send her back to Ice Palace at all. Oh yeah, I guess we haven't seen the front to Turtle Rock yet. PKR has access to that now. With some Turtle Rock smalls, she can access, and the Fire Rod, she can totally access those first 3 chests of Turtle Rock that we haven't seen yet. But of course, it's a hard sell to go all the way back there, especially when like it would make sense to do that maybe right after beating Trinex or something, right?
Yeah.
It wouldn't make sense to make that special trip over there just for those 3 chests.
You want to prioritize using your small key to actually get to Trinex when you can.
Yeah, and she's got 2 as well, so it'll be really it won't matter too much. Looks like she is going to Skull Woods though, I think.
Makes sense. I mean, we did skip this Fire Rod, so heading there sounds right to me.
We're gonna get a pedestal check too. Yeah, right. I guess so. No, she's gonna mirror right into the back of Skull Woods is what's gonna happen. But is she also going to check the pit? Yes.
I think you have to. And they things go triple room, though. That's not something we desire.
It's actually 1 bomb that explodes 3 times. Alright, just like that,
Well,
PKR's in the back of Skull Woods. Because inverted is funny.
I want 1 bomb that explodes 4 times, so I can just take off the mask for Helmosaur King.
The quad boom, yeah, that would actually be really convenient.
We just get rid of these capacity upgrades and just make it so you buy upgrades, they do the thing 1 more time. So you can buy like 3 arrow upgrades and just kill Ganon in 1 hit.
There you go. Just buy one of those triple shot bows that I don't know. They use that elves use because
Yes, the elves, of course.
Because they're fancy. Salty Fries going to Ice Palace too. This makes sense though. It makes sense to do a dungeon, I think, instead of. I don't know. Hera is kind of a long way to get to in inverted because of just the geography there. Oh yeah, there was a triple shot bow in Breath of the Wild. That's actually correct.
It's not good enough. I need 4. Mothula is dead.
You're so picky.
I'm very.
Oh yeah, Mothula went down really quick. But nope, nothing back to Skullwoods.
Well, it was a crystal, so had to be done.
You gotta do what you gotta do. You know the law.
The law.
See, I might not be a lawyer, but I know some laws.
If you say so.
PKR pulling out that hook shot. I think she's heading over into Turtle Rock. This hook shot will, of course, go across the broken bridge, and she'll be able to ascend and get on top. Wait, no, I think she was just pulling out the hook shot to go fast with dashing.
Yep.
So she didn't have to do the spin setup, because you can also just get in the Turtle Rock by walking over here instead of going all the way through the Dark World in the convoluted way I thought. But yeah, she's gonna be hopping up the tail here that I mentioned a while ago. Going in the front door. Oh, was there a hair basement hit Salty just got? That's pretty good. Though it'll... no, I don't think that'll like change his mind about going into hair at any point.
I mean, at any rate, it's gonna make him less likely to actually get the silver arrows.
Yeah, those first two in hair are still pretty quick if you're looking for stuff. And then, of course, I guess he's seen the mushroom, so he knows that it's there, but we'll see.
Just a blue rupee in this first chest. There's still 2 more we can get up for here, thanks to that fire rod. And since Skull Woods was nothing, it does make you think that maybe, you know, there could be something. You also getting that half magic.
Not a bad find, but hopefully there's something a little more substantial here.
Ooh, that's pretty substantial.
Yeah, it might be. It'll be a while before we'll find out.
Yeah, it does nothing for us right now, since you do need the big key to actually use that small key, but yeah, you never know. Maybe the ice rod's over there.
And there was nothing in Turtle Rock, not even a useful map. Oh, there's a big key. Okay, both Thieves Town keys in the depths of Ice Palace.
There's that big key. I guess it won't be that long, folks. I'm sorry, right?
I think PKR might be heading back into ice. You're kind of running out of locations at this point.
We'll be able to get through it a little bit quicker.
Oh, and the ice rod's here.
Okay then, so...
Holy moly.
Salty Fry better make some time to get that mushroom.
Yeah, that's gonna put us even further away from the mushroom. I mean, Thieves Town, it's not like it opens up locations, but it's not like they're out of the way locations, right? And the ice rod obviously doesn't open up anything without the fire rod.
Yeah, we're just a swamp small away from go mode for Salty Fry, I think.
Oh goodness, I think you're right. Wow.
This is Turtle Rock small key. All you need is the big key and the small key to actually get to the...
Watch out! Oh, I can't believe that worked. I totally just missed what you got right there.
It was a big key to Skull Woods.
Ow.
Not too exciting. Unless it actually has the small key to Swamp House, and it's very exciting.
That would be really exciting, yeah.
It would be pretty convenient, though.
It's definitely not a big key you get excited to see.
So, I guess we were kind of right about this this inverted logic, because the ice rod was an ice palace, which you need fire to get into. We were just thinking of the wrong spot instead of the far more obvious one.
Everything in its proper inverted place. Alright, so obviously after this, Salty is going to go and clear out Thieves Town. But after that, maybe the Skullwood's big chest, and where else do you go? There's not...
Okay.
Oh, that's where you go.
Well, this mushroom... This mushroom is PKR's one hope.
How many locations does Ice Palace have? Is it 8, I think? I think it's 8. Half of them were useful. Half of them were great.
It was really packed, yeah.
We got the Ice Rod, both Thieves Town keys, and our Swamp Small, which is required.
Even have half magic.
OTIP. Oh yeah, and half magic was useful too. Alright, so Salty is probably going to full clear Swamp House looking for the Fire Rod, I guess?
Yes.
So he'll lose a little bit of time to PKR there.
But at the same time, PKR might actually do the same thing, looking for the Eastern Palace and Pod Big Key. So it's really hard to see.
Yeah, that's a good point. So I don't think there's going to be any foul on that one. Though PKR having already been up and, you know, have done Hera, we'll have the obvious plays of Thieves Town and Swamp after this, but I think Eastern has to be the next call after that. There's not a whole lot of other dense locations you can really do. It might be kind of a pain to get there without the, well, I mean, I guess it's a save and quit and run east, rather than, you know...
Oh no.
Oh!
Yeah,
PKR
saving and quitting.
is...
I mean, it's understandable. You don't want to dedicate all your time in Ice Palace, but it's just unfortunate that you have to.
Uh-oh. This is a big old gamble that is not going to pay off. That super stinks. She's going to almost last location, that Swamp Small. I can, like, almost guarantee you that. That's not somewhere you go back to anytime soon. Then again, it is the Swamp Small, so that's a whole dungeon that she can't do anything else in, right? So she can't waste time there. But man, oh man. Just the time sink of going back into Ice Palace is still so great. She won't need to double dip Swamp, or she won't need to do the left side of Swamp Palace, I guess, because she's definitely going to Eastern before going back to
What?
Wow, that's really rude, game. Your logic is dumb.
Oh my gosh, really? Big key to Ice Palace and Rock. I mean, I don't know why I expect anything else, but...
Oh, that'll give Salty even more reason to go up to Hera, but I mean, he'll still...
He's not going
probably do Swamp next. Well, I mean, the big key gives him more reason to go up there, I think. Earlier rather than later. I still think he'll go do Swamp next, though.
He might actually clear out Hera, now that I think about it. Because the mushroom, like...
Yeah, he'll definitely clear Hera before triggering that mushroom, I think. Easy blind fight.
You're making it look easy.
Yeah, I guess that's true. If you can do the same thing every time, the fight's gonna go the same way every time. PKR gonna be following suit shortly with her blind fight after taking a dip down the basement. Salty Fry leaving, not gonna bother checking the Skullwood's big chest that he just recently got access to, but instead is going to Swamp as predicted.
Well, Fry will be full clearing Swamp in all likelihood, looking for that final important item in the Fire Rod.
Yeah, they're both going to be full clearing everything they come across. I do think Salty's routing will take him to the Fire Rod long before PKR goes back into the depths of Ice Palace.
I think you're right about that. Well, this big key to Ice Palace, who knows?
You think that might lead her back there sooner rather than later?
I think that it's something that has come up that maybe would possibly put that in her mind. I'm not saying it's likely, I'm just saying it's a possibility.
Well, after this, I can only imagine she will be going to the Eastern next, is what I'm guessing. I guess. I don't know if you would pick Eastern or Hera next in this situation. Hera is just a pain to get to inverted, so I could see just going to Eastern.
It's tough because this seed has not been the kindest with the key logic. If we recall back to the Castle Tower Turtle Rock key mingling. Let's find out.
I'm gonna go check out.
Possibly going to Skullwood's big chest, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. That moblin always throws his spear in like such the worst way. If you dash, you will always run into it. You have to be really conscious of that.
The enemies in this game in general can be very annoyingly competent when they want to be. Single arrow.
Oh.
Well, it was a unique item. Was it
Going to
not?
Hera.
Hmm. Hard. I mean, it's hard to blame.
Just gonna go fight Trinex actually. Yeah. Or both. Both make sense. Hera is still 3 more items. Alright, Salty Fry coming up on Argus. Gee, I hope he survives with his golden sword and red mail against one of the easier bosses.
Let me ask a perfectly legitimate question. Has
Yeah.
Argus ever killed anybody?
I
Ever.
guarantee you he has.
Well, I find that hard to believe.
But in this situation, I can almost guarantee you he hasn't.
Maybe if you don't know that like the hookshot pulls the puffs, like maybe if you don't know that, I think you pose some threat.
Yeah.
But even then, maybe that's just a stalemate.
I have no retort. I mean, you're not wrong, but come on, bro.
All right. Well. It's basically a big wad of cotton candy. Getting this ice rod, I'm glad somebody appreciates this weapon.
Well, PKR does find the Titan's mitts, which is cool and all, but we've already gathered that those are not a needed item.
They are much less useful in inverted mode than they are in normal modes.
Salty gonna go back in the swamp. Yeah, I would guess so. What locations do Titans unlock? Well, Titans still lift, the same rocks they would. They're only hard required for King's Tomb, but there's still alternate access to some other different things, such as the Light World, I suppose. If you don't have Mirror, you could still need them for the blacksmiths as you normally could. Things like that. They are less useful in that there are ways around them that aren't available in normal randomizer, thanks to, mirroring. So they're not going to do a whole lot, especially when we have, the mirror and so much access already.
At least they're cool looking.
They are cool looking. They do actually change your sprite. Link's gloves do change based on what gloves you have. I think sprite makers are actually... You can change whatever part you want. It's just a simple palette swap, but you can actually change... Like, I know the Phoenix Wright sprite has his tie change based on what glove you have.
Really?
Yeah. So it's not always like the hand part. I don't know about Yoshi. Maybe he gets some golden boots or something. It's kind of hard for me to tell on every stream.
It is pretty difficult.
The
Gold
Titans
sword.
tie. Oh man.
Gold Sword will one cycle these Trinex heads, so you gotta be mindful of that if you're gonna try and switch, since you can't menu while there's explodey bits on the screen. The SNES just can't handle it. Smoky Desert Palace.
Wow.
You called it, Mikan.
Yeah, I sure called it being early and somewhere available. That was me. And he's gone. So, I still think, yeah, I think he's going to Hera. There's no other lucrative location left, right? Maybe some one-offs like Spike Cave, which is also up here. And others that I can't think about. But it's gonna take a second to walk around into Hera and inverted. Well, let's see what PKR does. Saving quitting here. Oh, we're going to the back.
Going back to that one chest.
Oh no, the one chest in the castle that she mirrored.
This has been eating in the back of her mind forever.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna be better or worse that this isn't what she's looking for.
Maybe it's the flute. We haven't seen
Then
that.
it's the fluid. or another Ice Palace small key. It's 10 errors.
Well, at least this is a nice place that where you can just start running to Eastern. You know, you might as well check it here. Man, these guards. It's ridiculous, the guards that get placed in the light world. What was that hop? It's ridiculous, the guards that get placed in the light world after defeating Ganon.
Yeah, there's the green one, the blue one, the red one. Yeah, they always
They're
remind me when I
everywhere.
was a kid of like the Beetleborgs. I don't know if that's something you ever watched.
I didn't actually watch it. I did know of it, but I don't think I really watched it that much.
Alright, well those Titans bits not paying off as we would have imagined. Just a piece of heart. Oh boy. Can't believe Saltray actually got this.
Gets the sword, yeah. It's going upstairs here too. He might go downstairs as well. PKR heading over to Eastern Palace, gonna be able to get that pod key, and she's gonna have to. She's going to be full clearing both of the dungeons, unfortunately, because she still needs to find the Swamp Small, which is on Cold Stair. That's so far away.
That's quite a ways away, yes.
Yeah, hair is not very long. Salty's gonna blow through this pretty quickly and be in a nice position after turning in that mushroom. Provided, you know, he goes and turns in the mushroom.
Not many other options for him, though. Like, I don't think you go to Skullwood's big chest.
Yeah, he might also do Spike Cave merely after this as well.
Or Green Pendant. Or King's Tomb.
Right?
It's a bunch of one-offs. It's, well, I mean, if you're gonna pick any one-off in the game, do they all have pretty poor chances? I guess the only thing that might lead him closer to the mushroom is, since he did not check the catfish, maybe you can get 2 for 1 that way.
Oh, that's a good point, yeah. I think it'd be a much... Well, no. We never really got to talk about it because we never found the flute, but in Inverted, the flute does work in the Dark World rather than the Light World. Though you still have to activate it initially in the Light World. We never found the flute, so we never got to talk about that. Though I was going to say, oh, maybe you can just flute to 2, but nope, that doesn't work.
That does not work.
Alright, well, PKR did immediately leave Eastern Palace upon finding the pod big key, so she's going to fully clear this, and be happy to find the Eastern Big Key, so she doesn't have to walk around a lot more in Eastern Palace for no reason, really.
Yeah, that will save a bit of time, for sure. And PKR needs quite a few bits of time, so she can get back to Cold Stare and get that Swamp Small Key. Granted, when she does, she can just go straight to Vitreous. She won't have to full clear the dungeon as Salty Fry did.
Yep. That will be nice. Salty Fry checking out the front. Yo, I very rarely see this. I very, very rarely see this bomb jump, but it definitely works. There's so really few situations where that would be actually useful, but hey, if it works out for you, go nuts. Salty Fry checking out the front to Turtle Rock, and then maybe heading over to Spike, and then maybe the Mushroom? Mushroom's so out of the way, dude, I don't know.
It's pretty hard to get to. Remember, we do have boots, and like I said, the catfish, you know, that's another thing you can route in, but I don't know. He has a lot of options for one-offs. I don't think he's done the shovel spot either, for example. I might be wrong about that.
Oh, no digging, wow. Yep, here comes Spike. We did see this, right? Yeah, PKR did this. It was a heart container, I think.
Yeah, because this is where we had that conversation about Yoshi's.
Oh, about the boots!
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get back on that. I can't believe Link, this person being made of wireframes that he is, can't just, like, not touch the spiky parts, you know?
Just
I think it would,
between the spikes.
Yeah, I think it would be entirely possible for someone made of wireframes, such as Salty Fry, to just not touch the spikes.
Well, I'll agree with that one. That one actually makes sense to me. We're gonna have to agree to disagree on the Yoshi one, but...
It works in Mario World, okay?
Okay.
Well, I guess the myths are gonna make getting to the light world a little bit quicker here.
Funny how that works.
So this will likely be... Where is he going?
Oh, is he going to check the...
Like,
the pedestal, maybe?
Hold the pedestal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this would be pedestal. Maybe check out the Skullwoods big chest in the meantime. Then King's Tomb and Mushroom?
I think so. I think you nailed it. It's gonna go straight across the top.
Yo, we ain't even reading it. Let's go. A bomb for each pendant.
The master bombs. Finally.
Alright, PKR downs the Helmsword King, grabbing that Eastern Palace big key, is going to now fully clear Eastern Palace. You don't got much left. Oh wait, has she not been to Thieves Town yet?
I don't think so.
I'm looking at the
I
track.
guess not.
Wait, no, she was totally in Thieves Town. I'm pretty sure she has the dungeon done. I totally remember seeing her in Thieves Town.
I've got a
She was
goldfish
upstairs.
memory, I don't remember.
She was upstairs whenever Salty was fighting Blind, I remember. Oh, Salty also finding his middle finger in this.
I didn't even
Skullwoods big
call it
chest.
that. I like how you just picked that up. I mean, I was certainly thinking it when we found it, but...
That's fine. Yeah, okay, she definitely cleared Skullwoods. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So she's not gonna have a lot to do after this. I think she's done more of the one-offs that Salty is finishing up right now. Like,
I think you're right.
yeah. So I still think, even though Salty is going to like near last location this fire rod, I still think he has the advantage because it still takes a long time to get down to Cold Stare. Much longer than heading over to Mothula.
Even if you're just going Ice Palace, it really does take a bit particularly because of the first few rooms. Like, there's no super quick way to get through those. You still have to transition the screen and then bomb the floor, hit the switch, go through the rollers. It's just really...
Yeah, it's pretty linear up until that cross room with the spike ball, but Salty will be getting the fire rod right now, and that will be go mode for him. Not need anything else. We have the keys we need. He can go up and fight Trinex if he wants to, but we gotta go do Mothula too. This is inverted, so the routing here isn't as obvious as it would be. You know, in normal rando, you would obviously save Turtle Rock for last because you just go over to GT. Well, with Aghanim's Tower and Ganon's Tower having switched places, you can pretty much just save and quit anywhere and get straight to Ganon's Tower because you start right next to the doorway.
It's very convenient. And I think it's actually probably better to do Skull at second in this case because there's no... Well, actually, there is that warp on top of TR, I forgot it. So it's actually pretty easy to get to the light world and for both of those dungeons, so you can just, as you said, save and quit. Isn't that weird? Look at this pattern. What does
Looks
that
like a
remind you
Metroid.
of?
A Metroid.
A Metroid?
Yeah.
I guess so, I can see it.
What about you, huh? Helmet?
Helmet? I think maybe a mushroom, actually. Like a Super Mario mushroom?
Man. Seeing that, Salty should have thought to go do the mushroom earlier.
Yeah. I really had to think about it.
Alright, PKR finishes the Armless Knight. Has not many locations left that she could possibly check. So quitting the Dark World. Yeah, I think Ice has got to be it. Saltify fights Trinex. Makes quick work because the bosses are a joke when you have the golden sword. Hey, we did it.
We did it.
All of us. Not just Salty Fry, all of us collectively have defeated Trinex and are now only one crystal away from victory.
It's kind of weird to think about how Blind is the toughest boss with the gold sword in terms of hits.
Wow.
Doesn't matter what sword you have, I guess.
I mean, I don't want to bring Ganon into this, but I think you're kind of correct.
Well, Ganon's not really a boss, he's the last boss.
He's
a
boss.
tier above.
Above the minions.
There's minions, and there's the bosses, and there's the last boss.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
But I think Ganon is also kind of a joke with the gold sword.
I thought this was strange routing from Salty at first, but then I remember that he can just walk to the back, right outside the pedestal grove, and just mirror. And suddenly it made sense. I wonder if it's actually faster, considering you have to loop around into the portal that way, rather than just walk through the dungeon interior.
He also just wants the portal so he can go back to Light World, right? So...
Wow, that's actually really smart. Okay, that makes sense. Because, yeah, take the Light World portal, then save and quit, and then you're at GT. Wow, that's a great idea. Can you tell how much inverted I play?
Well, how much you played?
It's not a lot.
It's not a lot.
I've probably played inverted. I can count it on one hand for sure.
I've heard you don't like doing hammer blinds sometimes.
Oh yeah, I am really bad at that fight.
Ooh.
I think as long as you jump into the hole before you hear like the sound effect, you'll be fine.
I'm never chancing that ever again, Nikon. I don't care what you tell me. I've gotten grabbed once. It's never happening again. I'll wait the 5 seconds with the head drop. That is the last crystal for Salty Fry, though, so...
We'll be into Ganon's tower very shortly. If you're one of those people that... Oh, yeah, there's a purposeful bonk. I'll have to find that swamp small. If you're one of those people that guess numbers, feel free to guess all of the numbers. I don't even care, like, how many you guess, right?
The game already started when the race started, okay.
Right.
If you're getting in any numbers now, it's too late.
In fact, I want everyone in chat to guess the same number.
Well, that's not
Just kidding, he has the big key already. We're going upstairs.
Wow, you sure tricked me. Alright, meanwhile, PKR heading down to swamp with that small key. Gonna be pretty quick dipping out. Almost went over to the Dark World portal in normal mode, but this is of course inverted. But you know, autopilot.
It's so easy for like normal muscle memory to take over where it's not gonna help you inverted. Alright, Salty getting into the so-called gauntlet. Let's judge his execution very, I don't know.
I can't. My execution. Wow, that was
okay.
really
That
quick.
was actually really good. It's gonna be very critical, but no, that one was actually pretty good.
I'm not allowed to be critical.
Oh no. Yeah, when in doubt, just use the fire rod. You have to wait for them to burn a little bit, but it's satisfying and it works. I'm all too. Look at that. It's so easy. Why can't I do that? It's so hard.
I don't know.
Oh my god, it's impossible.
Nailing the first one, that's the tricky part. So if you miss the first one, you can't fire until it hits the wall.
Oh, that's, yeah, and they lag so much. You have to time it all weird. Yeah, being able to only have one arrow on the screen at a time is fine until you miss.
Just don't miss.
Don't miss. Don't get hit.
That's my great advice. I mean, when all's said and done, I think Kitty Rose is almost at our Argus now. So, despite getting that big setback from Cold Stare, skipping that boss, she's not too far behind, actually. I know Salty Fry's almost through the gauntlet, but that's, you know, that's not that long.
What was that bonk strat he did in that room where he was lighting the torch? Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that. That was pretty cool.
I haven't seen anyone do that before. That was awesome.
I use my strat and that works for me. I don't know if you have to get fancy, but hey.
Yeah, I don't know if it's faster or not, but it looks cool, which is the most important thing.
Well, we agree there.
Oh, geez, that was
a little close.
It was really close. He almost got dormed there by Mr. Moldy.
And that'll be the only chest we check in GT.
1 out of 27. That's awesome.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh
If you
no!
don't-
Go, 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 go!
If you mess up getting through this room really quickly, it can go to heck really quick as well. Suddenly you're bumping into things, and then all the mini Helmosaurs are all over you like a pack of puppies. It's
Yeah. You get on the spikes, and we know that those hurt for some reason, the wireframe guy. And then...
the worst part's when you get stuck underneath the bumper. Like it just
Oh yeah, for
crushes
sure.
you.
PKR in the GT, heading upstairs right now. But Salty Fry has just finished it. Dun, dun, dun. I'd say if this was crowd control to give...
No.
Yeah. This is crowd control.
I've seen enough suffering for one name become. I don't know if including the webcams was a great idea, because I can see like Chris Stowen just die inside whenever he gets soft locked and has to reset and redo a dungeon.
I love the animation here, inverted, just the bat flying through the wall. It looks funny though. I love it. Right, on to Ganon. Gold sword, silvers. This won't be too much of a dangerous fight here.
This is
It's a
the
little on the-
easiest fight in the world with Gold
Yeah,
Sword.
it is.
Bry's not even counting hits, he's just doing this for fun. He's well into the third phase already, but he never stops slashing.
Yeah,
with Gold Sword.
you do only have to hit him 6 times with a gold sword per phase, but you know, sometimes you just want to have a little more.
Alright. Final phase.
Really good position there for 2 hits. Whoa, it's a silverless hit, I guess. Nice.
Hitting that slash is actually pretty hard.
It's I think it's a 2-frame window. He's gonna teleport right at the bottom. Yeah. That's gonna do it. Congratulations to Salty Fry, who has defeated Ganon. Will be our winner in this showcase race. That's it, of inverted Keysanity.
Well done. I was holding my breath just to see if he fell off the bridge. That did not happen.
I can't imagine anyone ever doing that.
That would never happen on a tournament race, and certainly would not make somebody lose a race they won.
Yeah.
Never.
Hey, we are joined by Salty Fry. How is it going? Congratulations.
Thanks. Pretty good.
Yeah, that didn't seem to be too bad there. It was kind of a bit before you got up to Hera to get the fire rod, but everything else went pretty not bad at all.
Hey, I mean, there was a few little things here and there, right? Like, it took forever to kind of get your full light world access, per se. Like, you had access, obviously, to Death Mountain light world, but then you had to go get your keys and all that, and that was a bit of a cluster. Getting both them, and the fact that I didn't have the Turtle Rock big key the first time just made me go back there another time. And when you finally had to go to Pod and Eastern was kind of the same thing. I mean, no matter which one you did, one way or another, you were kind of double dipping both of them, I guess. So that was kind of a mess as well. So, but after very early on getting both Bombos and the Fighter's Sword, my first thought was, oh god, we're going into Ice Palace to go get something early on, but that never ended up materializing. But then in the end, that was basically where everything was. In the end, it was getting to Ice Palace later on and getting everything out of there, I guess, is basically.
Oh my gosh. Ice Palace was loaded. 5 of its 8 items were useful. It was crazy.
I was pretty close to not even killing Cold Stare as well, since I didn't have the big key. Like, I knew he wasn't in logic at that point in time, so.
Well,
Like, with it being a pendant, that's always a possibility, right?
that is exactly what your opponent did, actually. After getting the Ice Rod, she bailed before beating Cold Stare.
Ouch, yeah, and I completely forgot that I didn't have the Swamp Palace small key as well, because I went in there trying to clear that right after I got the flippers, thinking, no, I got the hammer, I got the hook shot, I can full clear this, completely forgetting about the small key, so I ended up getting the 6th pod key out of all that, which basically said, hey, let's go to pod, since I have all the keys, which seemed like a good...
Yeah, it's hard not. I mean, you don't have the bow, but it's hard to say no having all 6 keys before.
Yeah, like that's it. It's like when you're going, like in Keysanity, when you're going there with all that, it's like, well, that opens up 12, or what is it, 11 items, I guess it is in there at that point in time. So you feel pretty good about finding something.
So yeah, unfortunately, PKR did, as we said, kind of last location that Swamp Small after bailing out of Ice Palace. She had to go do that again. She is getting on to the 3rd phase of Ganon now, so not terribly far behind, but you know, having to do everything before going back there definitely hurt. She did get the fire rod much earlier than you though.
Yeah, I had that in the back of my mind. I'm like, maybe she could have come up there and got that mushroom. Like, the mushroom was obviously just sitting there. I knew it was up there the whole time. But I never really had a reason to go back up there. Like, I didn't have the Hera big key. So there wasn't really a whole lot of stuff to go check up at that point. Like, if the desert big key had been on the other tablet instead, that might have drawn me back up there. But I didn't. Yeah, I never really had a reason at that point. But I got to pull the pet out of it all, so that was fun too.
Yeah, it was fun. And we do see Pink Kitty Rose finishing up Ganon, not too far behind her opponent. We'll see if we can get her in here as well.
After getting all that stuff out of Ice and going over to Thieves Town, and then like the first thing I get out of there is the Ice Palace big key. My first thought is, oh god, it's going to be in the fire rod's going to be in the Ice Palace big chest, but at least that.
All right, welcome, Miss Rose. Congratulations on finishing.
Hey guys, how's inverted work?
That's Keysanity for you, huh?
I was so hoping that Ice Palace Big Q would just be in GT, but no! Oh.
I was actually just saying how I basically got that right after leaving Ice Palace, and my whole thought was, oh, please don't have the fire rod be in the Ice Palace big chest. So I kind of got bailed out by that, because I did actually finish Ice Palace when I was there.
I didn't. I even triple dipped it, because I went in once just to check the first chest. Oh, baby. It's just like, oh, I don't need to do Cold Stare. There's not a whole lot of the game left. The Ice Palace Big Key's just gonna be in GT. Oh, the means of getting the Ice Palace Big Key was locked in Ice Palace. Oh, that's not very nice.
No, that was definitely
I'm
not
down
nice.
to 2 locations. Oh.
We had a great chuckle seeing that that Ice Palace. What was it? The big key on the left side of Swamp, was it? Or something?
No, it was just hanging out in the Thieves Town big chest.
Oh, that's what I meant. Yeah, and all the Thieves Town keys were nice. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
that was
all
a
the
little rude.
keys in the seed, really. Like, they're just in the 2
Yeah, so-
locations just switching around.
Yeah, so logically it wanted you to double dip Ice Palace at least in order to get that Swamp Palace big key after going to... Because since the Thieves Town small key was in Ice, you would have had to go get that and then go get the big key out of Ice, or out of Thieves Town. That would have...
This one's just nasty to begin with. It's just like the fire rod too. That's just rude. It's
Yeah,
like, okay.
That was my go mode item, and yeah, it kind of took me forever to kind of get there. I pulled the ped before I got there. I really didn't have a whole lot left by the time I got there.
I was up there early for some reason. I think I was just like, hey, I got this small key to Hera, and the mushroom's up there, and I'm gonna head to Zora area soon, so let's just go up there and grab the mushroom so I don't orphan the potion shop for 5 years. Which ended up being good, but then the fire rod bought nothing, which was bad, so it just made me spend even more time.
Yeah, turning in that mushroom's never fun in inverted mode. Like, getting over there is always a pain. So, like, that was another reason I was like, going up there, getting that mushroom, then going all the way to turn that in just seems like such a trek. Like, just as a combined thing.
Everything
I mean,
hurts.
no mitts makes it even worse climbing up Death Mountain at that point.
And no, oh god. And everything about Death Mountain in general is just painful and inverted. It's like, okay, I got the Fire Rod now, which unlocks 3 items in Turtle Rock that I can go to. But that requires me to walk up the mountain, go through the portal, run around to the right side of the mountain, climb up to Paradise. Well, you don't have to do all that. That's what you do for Hera. But, just so much jumping down the mountain, climbing the mountain, and jumping down the mountain, and climbing the mountain, and jumping down the mountain, climbing.
just like dungeon dipping in this sea, like Eastern and Pod with their swapped big keys. That was pretty funny.
Man, I'm really happy I didn't decide to mirror out after getting that vanilla Misery Mire map and check. Because if I saw it was a pendant, I'd probably totally skip Vinny and then miss my flippers, and everything else just goes crazy from there.
Oh no.
Pendant bosses. Why couldn't you have something Moldorm, huh? just cap it off. We both did all dungeons. Fantastic.
I mean, that's pretty typical in a Keysanity seed, other than maybe the Aga part, right?
Yeah, although I'm kind of... So I had a really silly time when I started my Light World this seed. So I had one of those instances where I was going through rooms mentally in my head and not really paying attention to what I was doing in said rooms. So my mind's just like, oh yeah, you'll switch to the hookshot here, kill the ropes on the way if they get in your way, and hookshot the other one in the next room. Except the ropes had given me a clear path, so I didn't actually menu to the hookshot. So my brain still thinks I have the hookshot out, but I don't. So I go to hookshot the rope in the next room, find out it's the mirror, and we just skipped our cross entirely. Yes.
Yeah, I've been there before. Yeah, it's so easy to do when you think you have something else equipped and then you got the mirror and then like, oh, sorry, you're back at the end.
Also, the small thing where I went towards Eastern Palace and Pod after Aga instead of starting with the whole Light World loop. So then put off my boots for about 10 minutes. That was fun.
Yeah, you both had completely opposite, clockwise, counterclockwise rotations going around the Light World once getting access to it. It was interesting to see, though.
I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to routing inverted, so I just kind of do whatever and hope for the best, because I have not spent the time sitting down and playing this mode very much. I think this is my first race of this inverted Keysanity. I'm pretty sure I've done some Lua co-op with it before. A few times, although that randomizer attached, so that's its own kettle of fish.
I try to turn inverted kind of into almost kind of like you would, just or at least like I would a normal open or standard seed. I kind of like to start around the sanctuary and kind of go in a big loop from there. So I always just start ideally around the castle and then fake flipper and just kind of make my way west from there. It's kind of usually what I do in inverted. It seems to work out all right. Sometimes.
My brain is so stuck on cross keys, it hurts. There was actually several times when I was going through said loop, and my brain's just all now we're going to walk into this thing and see what the entrance is. Just casually walking into the gambling game at the north side of the Lost Woods, because it's I'm in the Lost Woods, I should probably check this entrance fob here. Wait a minute.
Cross keys is fun, I don't blame you.
It's the only mode I play casually anymore, so it's just oh. It messes with your brain, man, when you go back to something else. Just pressing L and R. It's just why are my weapons switching? Oh. Quick swap! Oh. Oh my goodness.
All right. Well, I guess that'll just about do it from us. Thank you both for playing, for taking the time to, kind of wait on the crowd control race that happened just prior to this. I know you guys might have been waiting a little bit, but thank you for putting on the show for us all.
This is what it's like to play this mode. The beginning was nice and gentle, which is not expected most of the time in inverted, but hey, it was nice and gentle.
Well, the Keysanity part makes it a lot less likely that you're going to have to go fight Cold Stare or Mothula with no hearts, since you need all the keys in order to get there technically as well by logic. But yeah, I'll second that. Thanks a lot for putting this on. It was fun. And thanks PKR for putting up with me picking this mode. And thanks.
I mean, I have fun. I like playing non-standard stuff. I had a lot of laughs in this one, even despite basically last occasion.
We definitely did too.
Inverted Keysanity is my favorite modes, and I just can't usually find people to play it most of the time. So yeah, anytime I can get someone too, I'm all.
Honestly, the Keysanity makes inverted a little easier, doesn't it? I hear.
Well, at least at the start, because like I said, you're less likely to have to go fight Modula. You're less
Yeah.
likely to have to go fight Blind. Less likely to have to go fight Cold Stare. Like basically, all you need in a normal inverted to fight those is just like a Fire Rod, some flippers maybe, and next thing you know, you're at Cold Stare fighting him with like 3 hearts and green mail. Have fun, right? If your Moon Pearl's there, good luck. That happened to me one time, and literally one-hit KO mode. Other than, I guess you could take 2 hits from the ice the whole time. So that was a lot of fun.
I guess one big thing Keysanity also adds to it is Inverted has a problem where once you get to the light world, it becomes this like massive, just question marks everywhere as to what the best play is, because you don't have enough required items that's going anywhere, or even just going to Kakariko a little too early can cost you a lot of time. By the way, really nice Kakariko this seed, giving us everything we needed. But you could end up wasting a ton of time having to go back for like Magic Bat or some silly thing that if you put it off just a little longer would have been fine. Whereas Keysanity is just like, you're probably going to be back in most places the second time anyways, so the backtracking isn't as painful.
Yeah, you just assume they double dip, so yeah, it never seems too bad most of the time.
And of course, Saga Seed, even in Inverted Keysanity, but I mean, like, at least it gave us a handy warp point since the mirror was fairly early.
Oh man. Alrighty, then I will say thank you to both. Everyone, follow these runners, please. Thank you for ESA for the large host, and to everyone who has stuck around. I had a lot of fun. Mallory, thank you so much for commentating with me, as always.
Yeah, I had fun too. Thank you.
See, if you are interested in playing A Link to the Past Randomizer, head on over to ALTTPR.com. I think that's right. Did I say that wrong? No, that's right. Yeah. And follow that, and you will... Hey, there's a link in chat. And you, too, can join in the fun. We actually have the open weekly race tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, where anyone is welcome to join. We usually get about maybe 20 to 30 entrants or so, and everyone just has a good time racing. We do put those daily races. They often get restreamed on Speed Gaming channels, so keep an eye out if you want to watch any more Link to the Past Randomizer action. And I think that'll just about do it. Thank you so much.
Have a good night.